Good afternoon, everyone. This is PreMarket Prep at the close. I'm Spencer Israel. That's Joel Elconin. Joel, another day. I guess a continuation of this morning, right? Just green, and more green.
Some days you're right. Some days you're wrong. Some days you're really right. And some days you're really wrong.
Yeah.
And this is a day where I was really wrong. It did not necessarily reflected in my trading performance here, but kind of thought we got all those losses back from yesterday, right? Why not just kind of fall back down into the middle 3,300? But the Bulls had a different opinion on this one. Easily took out the pre-market high and kind of hung out for a little while, but then just began this relentless march north. Finally got above 3,400, and we are now 9 points off the high of the set, about 10 points from the high of the session yesterday, and on the verge of like breaking out to 3,450, 3,500. So I don't know. Maybe not a trading range, maybe breaking out to the top here. We'll have to see tomorrow. But got all those losses back. I don't know. Was there any more tweets or anything along those lines to propel the move? Or
Not
was it
that I saw. It's
no?
one of those days.
Uh, just looking at some of the other markets real quickly.
Yeah.
Crude's in the red by 66 cents at 40.01, just dipped into the lower 39 handle and recovered. Gold down $20 at 18.89. Silver down 5 cents a nickel here at 23.57, and Bitcoin not doing much. It's up $100 at 10,730. So pretty much a red day in the metals and as well as crude. But we definitely got some other movers to cover here today.
Yeah, we got some movers. First, I want to give Mitch a tip of the hat for chiming in at the last possible second on this morning's show. He said, keep an eye out for solar. And wow, across the board today, solar stocks, JKS, First Solar, CSIQ, SunPower, Solar Edge, big days for solar stocks.
Look at that. How many updates is that in TAN? We'll just look at the index here.
Even better.
Whew, whew, whew. New all-time high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like 9 up days in a row. I don't know the last time it did that. But just momentum, this is a momentum-driven market. What else? SEDG.
Yeah.
Looking at that. New all-time. What was the one that got slammed, Spencer? Some hedge, someone came out with a negative report on it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm
was that Solar Edge, or was that someone in the chat who remembers?
I don't know if it was solar. It was a lower. I think the stock was like.
Oh no, that was it was someone with an E. Enphase. Thank you, GWS. Enphase. That's what that was. ENPH.
Let's see how that short seller is doing now. Whoa! Look at that. And you know when it was. You know when it was right here. This is when they sank this thing from 80 to 60, right? Early September? Or was it farther back than that?
Otherwise, I will go into the Benzinga Pro and find
it had to be
headline. It was I'm not
September 2nd?
Oh, no, it was back in June, I think.
Oh, it was back in June? Okay. Oh yeah, during okay, yeah, because I remember for some reason it like the 30 handle. Yeah, it was here. That was even a better buying opportunity. That's when it got to $40, right? This is looking at the weekly. So man, oh man, I mean, sometimes these guys are right and sometimes they're wrong. And boy, oh boy, if they use these opportunities to cover their positions, and good for them. If not, not hearing much for them. New all-time highs in these stocks, so just keep an eye on that high as well as the closing price for your mark tomorrow. I can't say it's not going to continue tomorrow because it'd really be bucking the trend here, but just a great move in all these stocks. Solar is back.
So we had Gordan Johnson on this show after that short report came out. he talked about Enphase, and he told us that the same short seller had issued a similar report on Enphase or on SolarEdge several years ago, and he basically just poo pooed the entire report, and he was right. So you win some, you lose some. But
Did
what
you try and dig Gordon up? Did you
I
try it?
haven't had time today to reach out, but
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was
because he's getting some love here. What, second day in a row? People like to pick on Gordon, but Tesla, everyone makes bad calls, us included, but he makes some great calls too. So we'll have to dig him up,
yeah.
see if we can get him maybe by the end of the week. This stuff is hot. Send him an email. He's always good at getting back to us.
What about GoPro today? I don't know when the last time we talked about GoPro was before today. It could have been a few months ago. It could have been like a year ago. I don't know. We don't talk about the stock anymore. We talked about it this morning. We did not realize it was going to go up 30% today, but
What's going on? I want to know who. I want to know who's in this chat here. I want to know what's going on with you guys. Come on, look at that! What a move in GoPro. The news was yesterday, right? That's what we found out.
well, there was a headline. I don't think this is necessarily news driven. There was a headline yesterday that they were talking up the sales of their most recent product, which is the Hero 9 Black. They said they have over 500,000 subscribers. This was all yesterday morning, which is why
What's the short interest in this?
it's not very high. I think it's like 7%. It's not a particularly. I mean, who's short GoPro?
I don't know.
Who's short a stock that has already gone from 90 to 6, right?
Yeah. It was just you know what? It had a strong. Actually, it'd been moving for a couple days. It went up from 450 to 5. You get over $5, right? Becomes marginable. So that's it. I mean, just a nice run. You like playing these lower price stocks. There's a move finishing on the high of the session. Who knows? Go camera on a stick is back. I'm sorry I ever said that to people. It's what a move. But if you look at it on the monthly, I mean, it has some room to run, but boy, oh boy, what a move in GoPro today.
Yeah, just if you have owned this thing and you're stuck and you were just holding on for dear life, looking for some sort of a life raft or whatever, you got it. You've got it for the past couple of days. So
Oh
congratulations.
yeah, Josh B said the protest cam.
Yeah, that just insane stuff for GoPro. I think it's the highest volume day for GoPro since February. So a lot of stock trading in GoPro today. What else was on my list here? Oh, Disney. We talked about that one, I think, yesterday. Dan Loeb. So you don't see this very often. Dan Loeb runs a hedge fund, Third Point, and you don't often see hedge funds come out and tell executives that they need to cut their dividend. But that's what Dan Loeb is doing here. He's one of the largest shareholders in Disney.
They cut it big already, didn't they?
I think they suspended it. I don't know if they necessarily cut it. But Dan Loeb is saying, Disney, you should just get rid of your dividend and use that money to compete with Netflix on the spending for content front, because Disney doesn't spend a lot of money on original content. I mean, they use their own IP, obviously, but they're nowhere near the same ballpark as Amazon and Netflix in terms of the amount they're spending on acquiring content and shows and movies. So he's saying if you cut your dividend, just use that money, just spend it on content. I don't know the last time I've heard of a big hedge fund guy saying cut your dividend. Usually it's the other way around. Usually it's raise your dividend, not cut it. So
you know how I feel about these activists, right? I mean, you have a stake in the stock. That's one aspect of the company. There's a lot of other decisions that go into this. I mean, he can say what he wants, right? This is a free world. I just think, let them run. They're dealing with a lot of other things here, and your suggestions are welcome. Stock's getting a little bit of a boost from it. Nothing major. You got good support in the House of Mouse here. Just under 21.21. Yesterday's low 120.61. Today's low 120.93. A couple other lows in that area from after earnings that had to run up gap and go after surprising earnings. So trying to get out of the gate here. I mean, I guess you could lean on that 121 area. You're $2 away from it, but just doesn't look like it's ready to explode. Next target on the upside, you got to look for 124.19. That was a high, but it looks like it just got a little bit of consolidation. Consolidating near the low of the move is never a good, the low of the decline is never a good thing, but good market, overall rallying market. Yeah, maybe you get this back to 125 and over.
All right, let's go to the chat. I want to do some ticker time if we can for the next 10 minutes. What about, oh, there's a bunch of tickers here. Wow. Okay. Gann, please. Okay, we'll do Gann. Haven't talked about Gann in 2 or 3 days, so got to talk about it.
GAN. We can talk about Gann here. Kind of sell the news kind of thing. Got over 20. You can see those highs at 20 from September before it broke down again. Market has memory. Are we going to go back down and fill that gap there down at 16 and change? I don't know. You need to get to 1635. Right now, 1740, 1755. It looks like you're going down. I don't know if you're going to go down and fill that gap, but two lows in the same area, 1740, 1745. But it looks like, people are either trying to bring in a short from 2 days ago or trying to reinitiate a long. But it was definitely a sell the news there in Gann. That was on Monday.
Oh, and then I forgot I wanted to bring up DraftKings real fast, just because we talked about them at length.
Yeah.
I guess we got a little bit too ahead of ourselves. I wouldn't have thought DraftKings would have bounced the way it did today, but it has bounced.
Well, at 52, that we talked about that level. God, it was kind of heavy in the pre-market, so we were kind of, getting too caught up in that pre-market action.
So,
Got to 51.60, I believe, in the pre-market, and it was just too good. Whoever is short the stock or was looking to get long, you have a floor, you have a level there to lean on, a level where the arbs are at least going to be participating, and it got a nice bounce off it. So only 52.20 in the regular session. If you were looking to buy at the pre-market low, you didn't get nothing done. Little gap to fill in it yesterday. We'll see if it trades around this 52 for a while or just pulls a pen and just blows right out of it.
All right, SPCE, Virgin Galactic, always a fun one, always a hot one. The definition of shiny object. Let's see what's up with space today.
Yeah, I noticed this one. Someone talked about it the other day. It's back. Came down to that $16 area again, and it got some news. It was a while back, right? When you had that gap and go, and now you're back $21, $22 area. This is important for the stock. You had your high yesterday at 22.53, a lower high today, 22.56. Going to close under. Looks like we're going to close under 22. So sellers came down yesterday, so we'll have to see if that persists. A little bit red on this, no, look green on the session still, but close over 22 and taking out that 22.50 seller or 22.53 high is important. But after that, it really opens up to the upside. What was the news on September 28th? Spencer, do you have that available?
September 28th. I do have that available. As a matter of fact, let's see. They caught a buy rating from B of A Securities. They also got a buy rating from Susquehanna.
Wow! Same day.
And there's I guess this big interview, this big SpaceX interview made the rounds. So
yeah, okay, there you go. Stock in the doldrums. Wow, got up to 28 in July. Came in, and then you got your catalyst. So SPC, congratulations. I know Triple D's been trying to stick with that one in his long-term portfolio. Nice move today. We'll see if it can clear that resistance. It kind of opens up between 22 and 24, but it looks like you have some profit taking going on in the $22 handle.
All right, let's look at Amazon here. I know you don't love the high price,
Okay.
but Prime Day is coming up the 13th and 14th, as was just pointed out in the chat by Doug Mason. So let's take a look at Amazon. I don't know how the stock trades into Prime Day. I'm sure you could Google this sort of thing. We may even have an article about it, but typically it's in July. This year, obviously not because of COVID, but I'm not sure how Amazon trades into and out of Prime Day.
Usually run up ahead of events like this. Important area, just over 3,200. You poked your head over 3,200. Where was that? It's probably higher than I think. 32.1734. You got over 3,200 once again last week, 32.24. Today you're coming up shy here, so trying to get back at least half of this move. Let's see if I can draw that in real quickly here. We have 4 minutes to go, but you made that high almost at 3,600. Boom. Whoa, right there. Boy, that's juicy. That's at 32.10. So it's finding sellers here. Let's get a close over that 32.10, and 3,200 handle looks pretty wide open. Came down. I'm not sure. That's probably when the market was coming down as well in early September. But looks like trying to get back half of that move and showing that it could close above 3,200 and take out those 32 and a quarter sellers.
Easy Mike saying I have to look at Sirius SIRI. We actually talked about this one on the pre-market show, but we didn't bring it up on the show. Kind of just fell off my radar during the course of the hour. But last I had heard was this comment from this morning that Howard Stern said that he's not anywhere close to a deal with Sirius. I guess that Bloomberg's saying that's not the case because Bloomberg reported that they are close and that they do have a deal.
Where would he go?
I don't know, man.
No, I'm just asking.
He could do a podcast. I'm not sure why
he could do his own podcast and have his followers do it. I'm just asking because
he can go to Spotify. He can go to the like Joe Rogan did. But anyway, what I want to say about Sirius is if you're buying this stock, yeah, I guess to an extent you're buying Howard Stern, but you're also buying new car sales, right? Because think about where Sirius gets their subscribers for the new subscribers from. It comes pre-installed in cars, and people just choose not to cancel, and that's how they end up, being a new sub. So what this stock really is to me, and has always been, is just a play on car sales. And I don't know how great those are right now.
I remember one buddy of mine. I can't remember his name, but I think he said, hey, he had a few shekels. I think he said he was going to buy 1 million shares in one.
Well, he never got the chance.
No. This was a while ago. Okay. Yeah, this traded in the pennies for a long time, Spencer. Probably back when you were in
2010, 2011.
You
all right.
Could have had this on the cheap. I mean, I don't know what Mr. Stern's going to do. I mean, 120 million. I mean, I don't know what he wants to hold out for, but that's not a bad wager. Obviously, the market's thinking that he's going to be back. Technically, not much in here until $6. That's been a barrier since the middle of August.
All right, 3:59. Got under a minute left in today's session. I'm assuming we are. How green are we?
We're off the highs of the session. We hit 34.1675. Let me pull
we almost hit yesterday's high.
We did. I did. So you got a good number there. Maybe we're still in a trading range. I don't know, but got everything back from that tweet from yesterday. You see matching lows on the chart there, but boy, oh boy, trading the regular session, you had absolutely no chance to buy down there. So support is support, 33.30, 33.40. And then there you go. And what's really interesting here is you had that high from yesterday at 21.75. Here's 16.75. What's this high here? 34.1950. Remember we were talking about that one. So they'll sell it off into the close here. But let me just do one quick line in here before we go. And, this is our area right here. we'll be keeping an eye on this. I'm going to move it up just a little bit to get those highs in. But yeah, let's just call it 34 and a quarter for for top of the range purposes, and that would be the gateway to do all-time highs.
All right, that's a wrap. We appreciate all the super chats in YouTube and all the likes as well on tomorrow's show. Get your real estate questions ready. Michael Episcope, he's the founder of Origin Investments, their real estate investing platform. He's got a really good view, top-down view on the real estate sector, what to like, what to not like with regards to that. That'll be on tomorrow's show. In the meantime, please remember all the information from our broadcast are meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. Everyone have a great rest of your day. We will talk to you on, what day is today? Wednesday? We'll talk to you on Thursday. I don't know what day today is anymore.